Mentioned earlier, Giannis, according to Kidd, was very upset with the decision to part ways. I believe Chris Haynes also reported he was, quote, devastated.
Haynes and Woj are trying to ruin the league.
Why? They
got angst on every team.
But it's fun for us.
That's why the league is in such a good spot, though.
Stop complaining about this. Do you think, Nick, this was the right decision for the Bucks?
They needed to make a change, Rachel, because when the expectations get as high as they've been in Milwaukee, with Giannis, with the new arena coming in a year, everybody wants to see him take the next step. They haven't done so, but I'd argue whether or not Kidd was the right fit, I don't know. I've seen this team a lot this season. I just don't think the roster is good enough. When you have pieces like Middleton and Tony Snell and Thon Maker's not taking the jump that they want him to, and it's not working around Giannis, there's a lot of blame to go around, but when you watch that team, I just don't think they've ever been able to find a rhythm with the roster and players they have in place.
Scotty, did you have a coach that you were particularly close to that you were upset if that got...
Not that I can remember.
And that tells you more about Scottie Pippen's career than anything else. But I will not always the best luck having the best coaches in front of you. You still actually made it work, and had a pretty good one in Chicago. But I will say this, for a young player, obviously Jason Kidd has been his spirit guide through the league. What advice would you have for Giannis on how to deal with it?
Not many young players have the opportunity to play for a great coach like Jason Kidd, who's very young and still very knowledgeable about what's going on in the game today. So I think it does hurt Giannis tremendously because of his growth and development has all fell under Jason Kidd's wing. And I think there's still a lot more upside to his game, and I'm sure he was willing to take that ride along with Kidd. But, you know, as Nick said, they've kind of underachieved a little bit this season with the expectations. Giannis has been, you know, really rising as a player and as an individual. You would expect that the team would rise as well. So we haven't seen that. So you really hate to see that happen to Jason. You know, he's brought this young team up to where they are now, and, you know, the expectation does continue to grow, but hopefully, you know, there's something better for him down the road.
Brian?
Well, this is a very, very coveted job. They waited until they slipped to the 8th seed so they could do this. They've been wanting to do this for weeks.
They have a kind of, I don't want to say soft, but they have a friendly schedule to bounce back on.
I actually think they were looking, oh, wait, we're the 8th seed? Okay, let's pull the trigger now. Unfortunately, that was going to be the case for Jason Kidd. Whoever gets this job next, I actually think they're underachieving with this roster, Nick, and I think they can get much better, and I think they can even this season go way up the standings.
Right, and maybe Jason was the right coach for Giannis in his early development, and then there's someone who could unlock him more fully in his MVP-type development. We'll see.